Hey, what's up everybody? So now we're gonna review the Insta360 X6 underwater housing, and we're gonna dive that into Maui, Hawaii right there and film some fishy. And we're gonna compare this thing with the Insta360 X5 underwater housing side by side. And why I think the X5 dive case might actually be better for you if you are a complete beginner who wants to explore the fun of underwater 360 videography. Talking about beginners, here is why I think a 360 camera with an invisible dive case is perfect for casual snorkeling capture on your next vacation. Here is the behind the scene of me fiddling with my selfie stick and setting on my X6, capture on the X5 by Kitty. This playful sea turtle sneaked up behind me. Very curious about what I am doing there. He even swim right below me, knowing I am probably the worst swimmer there, and messing with me to see if I ever notice him. Right here, I am swimming away from the sea turtle. Pretty sure he was laughing at me the whole time, thinking I am the worst underwater cameraman he has ever met. Well, here is my camera angle. The sea turtle swimming straight toward me. I am messing with my camera setting, then I swim away like an idiot. But lucky for me though, I have a 360 camera. I still captured that funny moment of me looking away while the sea turtle was right next to me. I still have that spatial memory to show my friend. My camera saw the sea turtle, just not me. And that is the advantage of a 360 camera underwater. You just swim with it and enjoy your vacation. You never know what surprises you until you go through the footage or use the new AI Director. I captured so much useless footage underwater, and if not for the AI Director, I would never know that funny sea turtle moment even exists. So right now we gotta compare the Insta360 X6 right here with the brand new underwater housing, with the X5 old underwater housing into Hawaii, water right there, kitties right there. We're gonna like swim in to see now which underwater housing has the best image quality and stitch line. Let's go. On the left, we have the X6 in the Invisible Dive Case Pro. On the right, Kitty is filming with the X5 in its Invisible Dive Case. I think the result is pretty obvious. The X6 in the Pro case is a lot sharper than the X5. There is also a lot fewer reflection artifacts, which indicate a higher quality zoom port on the X6 case. Let's flip to the other side and check the highlight. Here, I am swimming with both cameras side by side. First, they are both truly invisible dive case. You will not see the stitch line at all unless you're really looking for it. In the shadow, again, the X6 is significantly sharper than the X5. But look at the highlight, the sun. The X5 is actually sharper than the X6 here, but not in a good way. If you watch my X6 review right here, you know the X6 has 14.5 stop of dynamic range, and cinematic highlight roll-off you usually only find on a higher-end camera, like the Sony. The hotspot of the sun is smaller on the X6 with a very soft, natural-looking lens flare compared to the X5. You also see the beautiful glimmer on my body. I absolutely love it. If you freeze frame here and look at Kitty's leg, the X6 is actually a lot further away here, but it still results sharper than the X5. That means the X6 gives you better distant clarity, which is kind of important for underwater 360 capture. One definite advantage of the X6 is capture in 8K 50 frames per second, which you can slow down in post-production for cinematic underwater footage, like what you see here.
Hi, it's Jordan Hetrick. I'm here at Maui Beach, Insta360 X6, so we're both testing it out. I'm excited to collaborate here and see what we can get.
Now, what is your honest feedback?
I think it's better quality if you want the quality, you know. But like, I don't think it's a huge like difference if you're not really caring about higher quality.
Yeah.
You know, but if you do want that quality, it's definitely like the next level. And I like 8K 50. I mean, for 360 video, now you can record everything in 8K. So that's the biggest deal to me. to improve quality. Like, because when you're reframing, you need to get closer, and I think it helps a lot with that quality.
Yeah. I think Jordan put it really nicely. Having 8K 50 frames per second is really nice, and the extra quality when you zoom in make a huge difference for close-up with sea animals. But I don't want you to think automatically the X6 is better than the X5. It is not the case. One thing, if you love convenient, this camera system actually not convenient at all. Because if you want to go underwater, you actually need to pop the whole lens system out, replace it in a dry air conditioning, dust-free room. It's an operation, it's like surgery. You need to do a lens surgery for 15 to 20 minutes, replace the lens and put it in the dive case, then you can go underwater. And that, the image quality will be stitch-free without artifacts. For X5, you just pop the camera into the lens and then you're ready to go. So it's very inconvenient for X6 film underwater. And second thing is, when you're done with underwater, you go back out and want to film above the ground, you cannot do it. You need to do the same thing in reverse, right? Going to the air conditioning room, going to a dust-free environment, pop the lens, do a lens surgery for like 15 to 20 minutes, and then you need to recalibrate for above water. After you calibrate, you can use the camera like normally. And during that process, there's a chance you get dust into this camera system, you get like water, haze in environment into the system, and then will ruin your shot forever. So it's a very dangerous operation, and it's very like reserved for professionals to do it. So if you really need to use, if you are 30% like you need to swap lens on a boat in the element, I will recommend just stick with X5, and it's good enough, and then you have the convenience. If you really need to use X6 for underwater, I will just buy the extra unit, one unit just dedicated for underwater like this one, and the other one just dedicated for above water. If you decided to go with the highest quality route, the Insta360 X6 with the Invisible Die Case Pro, let me show you step by step how to replace the standard lens with the underwater lenses and how to correctly seal your camera into the dive case for the best underwater footage. There is a lot of nuances in this process. I have done it so many times that I can save you the headache of figuring out yourself for the first time. Before we start the lens surgery, make sure you are in a dry indoor environment where humidity does not exceed 70%. This avoids condensation living inside your lens module or fog inside your camera that can ruin your shot. In Hawaii, this basically means close all your windows and blast the AC. We did this in a breakfast restaurant, not ideal, but we are on the road, so that was the only feasible option we had. Also, to a low dust environment, wipe your camera surface down with a dry lens cloth and make sure your hands are dry too. I like to put a towel on the table and then a lens cloth on top of it to prevent accidental scratching the lens. We need to apply pressure later to push the lens in, so more padding is better. Your dive kit should come with all of this: a lens grip tool, a removal tool, a suction cup, and 2 underwater lenses. Lost any of them and your kit is useless, so store them somewhere safe and dry between each use. We will also need a lens blower and an anti-fog insert, which come with the kit as well. I like to use a more powerful professional lens blower just to make sure no dust or water get into my camera. Step 1. Use the lens grip tool and align this part to the center of the lens. It needs to be perfectly aligned, and you will feel the tool sink in just a little bit when it gets the grip. Then turn only 30 degrees counterclockwise and the lens ring come out with the grip tool. Keep the lens ring attached to the grip tool, do not take it out. Now use the section cup and the removal tool to get the standard lens out. The first time will be pretty tough. You really need the sharper end of the removal tool to dig in between the lens and pop it out. Every replacement after the first one will get a lot easier. Securely store your standard lens in the extra slot of the case. Now use a blower on the internal lens and make sure no dust or water accidentally got into your camera. This is most important part. Triple check everything is clean before moving forward. Then use the same section cup to pick up the underwater lens and place it on the camera, like so. I like to align the Insta360 X6 text on top, perfectly centered, and the Invisible Die Case Pro text on the bottom, also center. Leave the section cup in place and use the grip tool to screw the lens ring back in. You should not need to apply pressure to the camera. Just turn 30 degrees clockwise and you will hear a click and feel the ring seal in. Remove the grip tool and the section cup. Now repeat the whole process on the other lens. It will take you 15 minutes to half an hour for the first time. You will get faster with practice. Do not rush this and get dust or water into your camera. This is how you destroy your camera. Take your time, be patient. Now open the dive case, install the anti-fog insert right here, immediately put the camera in, close the 4 latches and seal your camera. And this is now ready to go underwater. After you are done filming underwater, wash your housing with tap or still water to remove seawater and sand. Go back to a dust-free, dry indoor environment and reverse the whole process to swap the underwater lenses back to the standard lenses. After you replace the lenses, you must do a stitching calibration. You do not need to calibrate on the underwater lenses, but you do need it when you switch it back. Stitching calibration needs an open environment, so do it outdoors and convert it successful before you film anything else. I really hope this does not really scare you. I hope it gives you confidence that you can do it yourself. We watch this section, follow it strictly, step by step, and comment below if you are still not really sure. We are here to help. Do not wing it. It is the most unaction camera part of this camera, but it is worth the attention to detail for the best underwater footage on your next adventure. Now, in post-production, we recommend the latest Insta360 Studio to stitch and color grade your underwater 360 footage. Under stitching, pick invisible die case underwater and use AI stitching, which is optimized for the dive case. Another powerful feature of the Insta360 iLock is using AI to help fix underwater color. First, turn on the LUT to color correct your footage, then pick the frame that best represents your whole footage. Click Analyze and the AI will analyze your frame, then pick a preset that's suitable for your style. But I reduce the string to 85 because the AI tend to go too hard. 85 will help you blend the gray back into your original footage for a more natural look. Lastly, I want to talk about the competition. This channel is not biased toward any camera manufacturer. We just want to give you the facts and the official information. There are many sponsored tutorials out there. This is not one of them. So, the DJI Osmo 260 II just released yesterday. And from their official advertisement, it also has the invisible dive case, which solved one of the biggest problems of the original Osmo 260. It was useless underwater. I think the reason they can do this now is because the Osmo 260 II also had a replaceable lens system like the X6. So expect a similar lens removal process for their underwater housing. The Osmo 260 II has 8K 60 frames per second, so it will be even smoother for underwater 360. It also claims the same 14.5 stop of dynamic range, but it does not have a full lock profile like iLock. D.M is a lighter lock with less latitude for heavy color correction that underwater footage really demands. If you have done any underwater filmmaking, you know color grading is one of the hardest part. That is why I still trust the Insta360 X6 right here, with the very powerful iLock and the color grading feature built into the studio. It gives me the confidence that no matter how bad the weather or the water condition get, the footage will come out great if I shoot in iLock and use the analyzing feature. I really hope this tutorial helps. Underwater 360 is one of the best use case for a 360 camera. People are craving immersive content like this, so go out there, get into the water and capture something amazing. I will see you in the next tutorial. Ciao, my friend!